Do you know Cleopatra? She was a queen of Egypt a long time ago. Even today, people all around the world know her name. Why is she so famous? What made her different from other queens? Cleopatra lived more than 2,000 years ago. Her life was full of challenges. She wanted to protect her country. She had many enemies. She had to make important choices. Sometimes she won. Sometimes she lost, but she never gave up. Many people think Cleopatra was famous only because she was beautiful. But there is much more to her story. She was smart. She was brave. She worked hard to keep her kingdom safe. In this story, we will learn about Cleopatra's life from the beginning to the end. We will see how a young girl became the last queen of Egypt. So, let's go back in time and discover the amazing story of Cleopatra. Chapter 1. A Princess is Born. Cleopatra was born more than 2,000 years ago in Egypt. At that time, Egypt was a rich and famous country. Many people came there to trade, work, and learn. Cleopatra was born into a royal family. Her father was the king of Egypt. Because she was a princess, she lived in a large palace in the city of Alexandria. The palace was beautiful. It had large rooms, gardens, and many servants. As a child, Cleopatra was very curious. She loved learning new things. She spent many hours reading and studying. She learned about history, science, and different countries. She also learned many languages. This made her different from many other young people of her time. Cleopatra was smart and worked hard. Her teachers were impressed by her. They saw that she could learn quickly and remember many things. She listened carefully and asked good questions. But life in the royal family was not always easy. The king's family often had problems. Brothers and sisters sometimes fought for power. People wanted to become rulers. Some family members did not trust each other. Young Cleopatra watched these problems closely. She learned that being a ruler was not only about wearing a crown. A ruler also needed wisdom, courage, and good decisions. As Cleopatra grew older, she became more confident. She dreamed of helping her country one day. She wanted Egypt to be strong and successful. However, a difficult time was coming. The king was getting older. People were starting to think about who would rule Egypt next. Cleopatra did not know it yet, but her life was about to change forever. Soon, she would face her first big challenge, a fight for the throne of Egypt. Chapter 2. The Fight for the Throne. As Cleopatra grew older, a big change came to Egypt. Her father, the king, died. Before his death, he left a message. He wanted Cleopatra and her younger brother Ptolemy to rule Egypt together. Cleopatra was still young, but she was intelligent and ready to lead. She believed she could help her country become stronger. At first, Cleopatra and her brother were supposed to share power. However, things did not go well. Ptolemy was only a boy, and several powerful men around him wanted to control the kingdom. These advisors did not trust Cleopatra. They wanted to make important decisions themselves. Soon, they began turning Ptolemy against his sister. As time passed, the relationship between Cleopatra and her brother became worse. The palace was full of arguments and political games. Some people supported Cleopatra, while others supported Ptolemy. The kingdom became divided. Cleopatra could see that danger was growing around her. Finally, her enemies forced her to leave the capital city of Alexandria. Cleopatra lost her position and had to go away from the palace. It was a difficult and painful time. She had been born a princess and had become a queen, but now she was far from the throne she wanted to protect. Many people might have accepted defeat. Cleopatra did not. She believed that Egypt still needed her. While living away from the capital, she gathered loyal supporters and carefully planned her return. She waited for the right opportunity. She knew that one day she would fight for her throne again. At the same time, a major conflict was taking place in Rome, the most powerful country in the world. Two famous Roman leaders were fighting for control. Cleopatra did not know it yet, but this struggle would soon change her future. Very soon she would meet a powerful man whose name would become famous throughout history. His name was Julius Caesar, and his arrival in Egypt was about to change everything. Chapter 3: Cleopatra meets Julius Caesar. After leaving Alexandria, Cleopatra stayed away from the royal palace. But she never stopped thinking about Egypt. She knew her fight was not finished. She only needed the right moment to return. At the same time, something very important was happening in Rome. Julius Caesar, one of the most powerful leaders in the world, was growing stronger every day. He was a great general. He had many soldiers. People respected him and also feared him. One day, Caesar arrived in Egypt. He came to Alexandria with his army. Egypt was in trouble again because of the fight between Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy. The country was unstable. Caesar wanted to control the situation. Ptolemy thought Caesar would support him, so he welcomed him inside the palace. But Cleopatra knew this was her only chance. She needed to meet Caesar before her enemies could stop her. Cleopatra made a brave plan. She secretly entered the palace in a very clever way. She did not come with an army. She did not come with power. She came with intelligence. She was carried inside a rolled carpet and brought directly to Caesar. When the carpet opened, Cleopatra appeared in front of him. Caesar was surprised. He saw a young queen standing before him. She was not afraid. She was calm, smart, and confident. Cleopatra spoke to him carefully. She explained her situation. She told him that she was the true queen of Egypt. She said her brother and his advisors had taken her power away unfairly. Caesar listened closely. He was impressed by her intelligence and courage. Cleopatra was not just beautiful, she was strong in her words and thoughts. Slowly, Caesar began to understand the real situation in Egypt. He decided to support Cleopatra. This moment changed everything. Cleopatra now had a powerful ally. With Caesar on her side, she had a real chance to take back her throne. But danger was still near. Ptolemy and his army would not accept this easily. A big battle was coming, and Egypt would never be the same again. Chapter 4: The Battle for Egypt. After meeting Julius Caesar, Cleopatra finally had a powerful ally. But peace did not come to Egypt. Instead, danger grew even stronger. Ptolemy and his advisors were angry. They did not accept Cleopatra's return. They believed she had tricked Caesar. They wanted full control of Egypt, no matter the cost. Very soon, tension turned into war. The streets of Alexandria became unsafe. Soldiers moved everywhere. The city that was once full of beauty and trade now became a place of fear. Cleopatra stayed close to Caesar. Together, they prepared for a big battle. Caesar's army was strong and experienced. Cleopatra's supporters also joined him. They believed she was the true queen of Egypt. Ptolemy gathered his own army. He was young, but the people around him pushed him into war. They believed they could defeat Caesar and take full control of the kingdom. One day, fighting began in the city. The Battle of Alexandria started. Fire and smoke filled the streets. Soldiers fought everywhere. The sound of weapons and shouting people echoed through the city. It was a very dangerous time for everyone. Cleopatra watched carefully from a safe place. She was nervous, but she did not run away. She wanted her throne back, no matter what. Caesar led his soldiers with courage. He fought strongly and planned every move carefully. Slowly, his army started to win control of the city. Ptolemy's forces became weaker. They could not match Caesar's experience and strategy. The battle continued for many days, but the result became clear. Finally, Ptolemy's army was defeated. But the victory came at a cost. The city of Alexandria was badly damaged. Many lives were lost. The war left deep scars on Egypt. After the battle, Cleopatra returned to power again. She was once more the queen of Egypt. But now, everything had changed. She was not just a queen fighting for her throne. She was a ruler who had seen war, danger, and survival. And Julius Caesar had become more than just an ally. Chapter 5. Cleopatra and Caesar in power. After the war in Alexandria, Cleopatra became the queen of Egypt again. The city was damaged, and many people were tired of fighting. But now there was hope for peace. Julius Caesar stayed in Egypt for a while. He and Cleopatra spent more time together. They talked about politics, war, and the future of Egypt. Caesar saw that Cleopatra was not only a queen, but also a smart ruler. Cleopatra worked hard to rebuild her kingdom. She wanted Egypt to become strong again. She made plans to fix trade, improve the city, and bring peace to the people. Many people began to trust her more. During this time, Cleopatra and Caesar became very close. They trusted each other. Caesar supported her as the ruler of Egypt. With his help, Cleopatra felt more safe and powerful than before. Soon something important happened. Cleopatra gave birth to a baby boy. She named him Caesarion. Cleopatra believed he was the son of Julius Caesar. This made her position even stronger in Egypt. Life in Alexandria became calmer. The streets slowly returned to normal. Markets opened again. People started working and trading. Egypt began to heal after the war. But not everything was peaceful. Far away in Rome, many leaders did not like Caesar's growing power. They became jealous and afraid. They thought Caesar was becoming too strong. Danger was growing again. But this time, it was not in Egypt. It was in Rome. Cleopatra did not know that Caesar's future was also in danger. And soon, everything would change again for both of them. Chapter 6. The Fall of Julius Caesar. After some peaceful years in Egypt, Cleopatra's life was still closely connected with Julius Caesar. Together, they had rebuilt Alexandria and brought stability back to the country. Cleopatra trusted Caesar, and Caesar trusted her. But far away in Rome, danger was growing. Many Roman leaders were afraid of Julius Caesar. He was becoming too powerful. He had strong control over the army and the government. Some people believed he wanted to become a king. This made many senators very angry and worried. A secret plan was made against him. One day, Julius Caesar was called to a meeting in Rome. He thought it was a normal political meeting, but inside the room, many senators were waiting for him. They had made a decision to stop him forever. They attacked Caesar. Julius Caesar was killed in that meeting. This moment changed the history of Rome and Egypt forever. In Egypt, Cleopatra received the shocking news. She was deeply sad and shocked. The man who had supported her, helped her, and shared power with her was gone. Her world changed in a single moment. Now Cleopatra had to think about her future again. She was still the queen of Egypt, but without Caesar, her position was not as strong as before. At the same time, Rome became unstable. After Caesar's death, new leaders started fighting for power. One of them was a young and powerful man named Octavian. Cleopatra knew that Rome's politics would soon affect Egypt again. She could feel that a new and dangerous chapter in her life was about to begin. The story of Cleopatra was not over yet. Chapter 7. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. After Julius Caesar's death, everything changed in Rome and Egypt. Rome became full of confusion and power struggles. Many leaders wanted to take Caesar's place. One of the strongest among them was Mark Antony, a brave Roman general. Cleopatra was still the queen of Egypt, but she knew her kingdom was not safe without strong allies. Rome was the most powerful force in the world, and whatever happened there would affect Egypt. Mark Antony soon heard about Cleopatra. He knew she was intelligent, powerful, and the ruler of Egypt. He decided to meet her in person. Cleopatra met Mark Antony in a very impressive way. She did not go to him like an ordinary ruler. Instead, she arrived with beauty, confidence, and royal power. From the very first meeting, Antony was impressed by her personality and intelligence. They began to talk more often. Slowly, their relationship became stronger. It was not only about politics, it also became a deep personal connection. Together, Cleopatra and Mark Antony formed an alliance. Egypt and Rome became connected through their power and trust. Cleopatra believed this partnership would protect her kingdom and secure her future. But in Rome, not everyone was happy. Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, saw Antony as a big threat. He believed Antony and Cleopatra were becoming too powerful together. Tension between Antony and Octavian grew stronger every day. The peaceful time did not last long. Soon, a final war began. The Battle of Actium was fought at sea. Antony and Cleopatra's forces faced Octavian's powerful army. The battle was long and difficult, but in the end, Antony and Cleopatra were defeated. After the loss, Antony and Cleopatra returned to Egypt. They knew their time was ending. Rome was now under Octavian's control. Cleopatra tried to stay strong, but she could feel the danger coming closer. She did not want to be captured and taken to Rome as a prisoner. Mark Antony, believing Cleopatra was dead, took his own life. When Cleopatra heard this news, she was deeply broken and heartbroken. In her final moments, Cleopatra understood that her story had come to an end. She had been a princess, a queen, a ruler, and one of the most powerful women in history. She chose her own ending, refusing to live as a prisoner. With her death, the last queen of Egypt was gone. Egypt became a part of the Roman Empire. But Cleopatra's story did not disappear. It became a legend that people still remember after more than 2,000 years. Her name lives on forever. If you liked Cleopatra's story, don't forget to subscribe. Many more interesting and powerful stories are coming next. Stay with us.